Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lily, and for today's video we're going to be doing a concrete coffee table. So I'm going to put some pictures of here of some of the ones that I've seen online and that I was showing Gabby that were so pretty but definitely way too expensive and out of our budget. So I came up with a crazy idea that I should make one, and Gio went along with it. So I'm gonna show you guys a video of this whole entire crazy process. It was so much fun. It took us about 4 days to make it all. We went through so many mistakes, but we finally did it and we're so happy with the results. So if you want to know how to make your own coffee concrete table, keep watching. Missing someone. Okay guys, so to start off this project, we headed over to our local Lowe's and began to get all of our materials along with our equipment that was definitely necessary in order to create this massive project. We are going to be using 2x2s, and we got them all cut at Lowe's. Shout out to them. They were a little frustrated because we got a lot cut, but it's okay. 32 cuts. So they cut the lumber, and then they also cut the plywood. I think the lumber was how much a piece? $2.97. $2.97 for each stick. There was 7 sticks in total that we used, and then we used 2 sheets of plywood, and then those were $25 each. And then we went with the Quickcrete wall float. We'll actually see if that actually works the way we want it to, but yeah. What else did we buy? We needed to buy sandpaper because not all the cuts are perfect, so we need to make sure they come out nice and smooth. Got a bucket to mix our cement. I don't know why he got this to do that, but that's what we're gonna use to get the concrete in there. And then we went with this water seal. It was for multi-surface, so hopefully that leaves it nice and smooth. And then what else did we get? This is to smooth everything out, to add the liquid or the water seal. And then we actually bought a trail. Ready, baby? Update on the project. I totally miscounted my measurements, and so I had to go back to Lowe's to get 2 more of the lumber that we missed, or the guy forgot to give us. And also I had to buy a small saw just to get rid of like a couple of those inches that I didn't account for in my calculations. So that's where we're at right now. Gio's fixing my mistake because I did not account for that. We're all done with the cutting. Gio's all done with the cutting. The man that saved the day. Yay! How are your hands?
I'm fine.
Ouch. Okay, let the drilling begin. Soon after we began drilling in order to create our cubes with the 2x2s, we started to notice that the lumber was beginning to crack, and that's because we got 3 inches long by 12, I believe, in diameter screws, and the wood was way too thin for the 12s. We had to go back to the Home Depot this time because Lowe's was closed. It's really late. It's now 9 p.m. We kind of split some of the wood because we were using really big screws, so we had to go back and get smaller ones. And Gio's judging me right now.
I'm not judging you, I'm just trying to, I just want to be loud.
Okay, he's making drinks. Anyway, I'll keep you guys posted later.
Love you, bye.
Alrighty, babe, explain what you're doing.
No.
What? Why?
Really didn't measure right, so I had to make my own support for the table.
Hey, I'm actually impressed. Okay, so I messed everything up and I didn't buy the right wood for the support, so he figured out how to add some lumber in between the spaces and then just covering it up with the plywood. So this is actually like the top of the table where things are gonna go on top, so we needed to add support just in case someone random sits on the table or we put like a heavy vase or anything like that. So
ideally it's already gonna hold itself up. Just wanted like extra support.
Correct, yeah. This isn't the only support. It's still, the bottom still has support, the little one still has support, but this is just like extra just to make sure that the table is nice and sturdy. Okay, I think we're good.
Wow, wow. Work it, work it, work it. Hey.
In order to get the best results for a smooth concrete top, you want to get that pancake consistency with the cement. So Gio was just mixing up about, I believe, like 2 to 1 consistency. Just, you really have to make sure that there's no rocks because it is cement, so those will get you later. Just make sure you mix everything super well. This was our first attempt to adding the cement on top of our already built boxes. So I'm not gonna lie, I had never laid cement, worked with cement, so the first time I had a panic attack and almost called it quits. There's definitely a technique to using this tool. You have to do it at an angle versus just flat, otherwise all the work you did just comes straight off. Again, we didn't use the correct cement. This is wall float, so it didn't work the way we wanted it to, but I definitely recommend you doing the bottom first. That way you work on every side and you start flipping each side as you work. It's gonna take, I would say, a couple of hours, if not a whole day, for each side to dry if you want it to be as perfect and sturdy as possible. Hey guys, so today is day 4 of our concrete project, and at this point we don't know if we should continue because the concrete is such a hassle and we don't know if it's going to be smooth and if it's not going to crack. So the issue is because we're just coating and it's such a thin layer that over time it may crack and then just make the whole box table collapse. So we already did some of it and I want to show you guys kind of how it looks right now. I think it looks great. It just needs a little bit of sanding and then maybe like a coating and it'll look great. So I actually really like the color of it. I think it dried the perfect color. It's not too light, it's not too dark. Obviously it still has a little bit like of ridges that we can sand out, but this is what Gio was mostly worried about, is that it's cracking. And I guess over time it's gonna become a really big issue, even though it's not right now. And I'm even kind of nervous to like move it to Gabby's place because it is pretty heavy, and if it cracks en route, that would be a disaster. So I'll let you guys know where we end up with this project. And because of me, we decided to go ahead and just finish the project and chance it. So this is us adding an adhesive to the wood, but also the concrete we had already laid. We're going to be adding the correct concrete, which is a sand base, versus the wall float that we had initially started with that was causing most of the cracking and all the imperfections. I'm not gonna lie, there's something so satisfying about laying cement and also therapeutic. It starts as a hot mess, super rough, but once you just get into it, you kind of have to have, I don't know how to say it in English, but no puedes tener una mano pesada, otherwise you're not gonna get that smooth consistency you want for your tabletop. After countless hours of waiting for it to semi-dry, I went ahead and sanded it all throughout. This really helps to take out the excess dust, the excess little ridges, those little rocks that added extra texture just to fully smooth it out. And I'm not gonna lie, Gio was way better at doing this. And it also takes the color a little bit lighter, which I actually liked. So yeah, definitely don't forget this step. And lastly, we went ahead and used a brush to add that water seal. This is just for safety purposes. It is a coffee table, so you're probably gonna be having drinks. If you're having people over, if you have food, you don't want that to be penetrated into the actual concrete or smell or anything like that. So this water seal just makes it super easy for everything to just slide right off and everything to come right off when it's being properly used. Hey guys, okay, so we're finally gonna be doing the reveal for the concrete coffee table. We're really happy with the results. It's definitely not perfect. It still has some finishing touches that we have to do, but we are going to deliver it tonight to Gabby's place so she can kind of see it, and maybe we'll finish it up there or leave it as is because it does add some character to it. This normal table, if you buy it, it runs from about $500 to $1,000. So if you're looking to save money, this costs us about $200 because we did have to buy some tools that we didn't have, but I'm very happy that I now have them in my toolbox. But yeah, it was really fun. We went through a lot of difficulties, we ran into a lot of things, and I'll leave you guys also the measurements so you guys have those and you can make it at home along with all the tools that we used. If you take on this project and you're motivated to make one of your own, please let us know, tag me for my Instagram down below. But yeah, I'm really happy with the results, so let's get to it. I'm gonna show you guys.